Support for this podcast comes from Plum. Plum is a revolutionary workforce solutions provider that knows when people flourish, business thrives. With their powerful platform, Plum Thrive, you can unlock science-based data to help you measure and match human potential to job needs. Plum Thrive provides personalized career insights, improves quality of hire, and creates high-performing teams from a single, simple-to-use platform. Want to learn more? Visit www.plum.io and discover all the ways that Plum can help you thrive.
There's been more of scientific discovery, more of technical advancement and material progress in your lifetime and mine than in all the ages of history.
Hi there, this is Matt Alder, and welcome to the March Roundup episode of Recruiting Future. If you're new to Roundup, it's a short review of the episodes that I've published over the last month to make sure that you don't miss out on the valuable insights my guests are sharing. Before we begin, a big thank you to Plum for their support of Roundup. Their pragmatic and innovative approach to skills-based thinking continues to make waves in the industry. So check them out by going to plum.io. March was another standout month for Recruiting Future, with record traffic again and some interesting new partnerships finalised. Thanks to everyone who listens and supports the show. It really does mean the world to me. I also got to go to Transform, which has quickly become my favourite industry conference. At this inflection point for talent acquisition, we need to have challenging and visionary conversations, and Transform was full of people doing exactly that. In the same way as I did in last month's Roundup, I'm going to group the content into 4 areas which I think are critical to talent acquisition at the moment: Foresight, influence, talent, and technology. So let's start with Foresight. It's impossible to predict the future, but that doesn't mean you can't plan for it and shape it. There is huge disruption heading our way, and it's critical that we all do everything we can to stay one step ahead. There have never been as many forces driving change in talent acquisition as there are in 2025. Skills-based thinking, economic pressures, the rise of AI, and the resulting change in both C-suite expectations and job seeker behaviour, to name but a few. Unsurprisingly, TA teams are scrambling to demonstrate their impact and value to their businesses. In episode 690, which I recorded live at Transform, I asked a selection of industry leaders what TA should be doing to make a measurable impact in 2025. I gathered insights from Daniel Chait at Greenhouse, Alin Bailey at Smart Recruiters, Mike Staffy at Erin, Jocelyn King at Virgil HR, John Baldino at Humoriso, and Adria Ferrier at Elaine. Their answers provide a roadmap for TA leaders looking to demonstrate value amid unprecedented change and stay ahead of the disruption that's coming. The second key area is influence. Whether that's influencing hiring managers to reset their expectations, influencing CFOs to invest in recruitment technology, or influencing people with the skills your company needs to move jobs. It's an essential skill to master. The talent acquisition landscape is fundamentally transforming. AI and automation are eliminating repetitive tasks and creating space for recruiters to become true strategic partners. This shift demands that TA professionals evolve beyond transactional activities to provide genuine consultative guidance. In episode 689, I spoke with Mike Aronson, Global Head of Talent Acquisition Operations at Johnson Controls. With over 20 years of experience, Mike shares practical insights on leading transformational change and guiding teams from being transactional order takers to valued talent advisors. We explore the shifting power dynamics in TA, the impact of AI, and how change mindset differs from change management in building strategic influence with key stakeholders. The traditional approach to developing employer value propositions is often complex and time-consuming. Many employers invest months or even years in exhaustive research only to end up with EVPs that sound remarkably similar to their competitors. Meanwhile, there's growing pressure to quickly activate employer brands to address immediate talent needs. On episode 687, Sam Monteith, founder of research and insights consultancy Reason Why, shares how organisations can take a more agile approach to EVPs. Sam explains the concept of a minimum viable EVP and why so many employer brands end up sounding identical. We also explore how influencing stakeholders towards more dynamic, evolving approaches connected to business objectives can generate faster employer brand impact. Using video is no longer optional in talent attraction. Candidates now expect to engage with short-form, authentic video content, with LinkedIn now prioritising vertical video to catch up with platforms like TikTok. The question is, are we officially in a video-first world? In episode 684, I explore this question with Rona Pierce, founder and lead creative director of Perceptible Studios. Rona specialises in helping TA teams use video effectively without getting lost in time-consuming production. She shares why short-form, unscripted content performs so well, how this content can influence candidate perception, and what good enough looks like in video production to maximise your influence in the talent marketplace. In the middle of all the disruption and technological advancement, there's a revolution going on in how we think about talent and skills, and this is the next key area. AI is driving a profound shift in the workplace. The skills we've prioritised for decades are becoming automated, with uniquely human capabilities emerging as true differentiators. Many employers are struggling to adapt to soft skills like communication, critical thinking, empathy, and adaptability become increasingly vital in an AI-dominated workspace. In episode 685, Dan Hayward, Chief Customer Officer at Go1, shares insights on how the skills landscape is evolving. Dan explains why education systems aren't adequately preparing people for modern work, the 4 key soft skill groups employers need to focus on, and how to connect skills development to measurable business outcomes in this changing skills environment. Technology-driven mass personalization has transformed how we engage with brands as consumers. However, the employee experience has lagged behind, with most organizations still operating standardized processes. This gap leaves companies vulnerable to disengagement and talent loss, as expectations for a personalized workplace experience continue to rise. In episode 686, I spoke with Ayashkant Sarangi, CHO at Emphasis Limited, about delivering hyper-personalized employee experiences at scale. Ayashkant explained how HR can shape organizational culture to support individualized journeys, and why moving from standardized, role-based frameworks to personalized, skills-based approaches is essential for the skills revolution that's happening in today's workplace. The final key area is technology, the biggest disruptor that is sitting at the center of the change in talent acquisition. Discussions around AI in talent acquisition often focus on incremental improvements and point solutions. But this limited view dramatically underestimates the fundamental transformation that is already underway. There's growing evidence that AI's impact is actually significantly underhyped, with implications far beyond what most TA leaders are preparing for. In episode 688, Jonathan Kestenbaum, Managing Director of Tech Strategy at AMS, cut through the noise to explain why current industry discussions around AI are missing the bigger picture. Jonathan outlines a future where talent acquisition transforms into strategic orchestration. Recruitment processes undergo complete redesign rather than mere automation, and technological advances fundamentally reshape how organizations attract and deploy talent. So onwards into April, with episode 700
and Recruiting Future's 10th anniversary coming up in a couple of weeks' time. I've got a lot planned and some big announcements to make this month. So make sure you don't miss out by subscribing to Recruiting Future wherever you get your podcasts, and also signing up for my newsletter by going to recruitingfuturefeast.com. Thank you very much for listening. I'll be back next time, and I hope you'll join me.
This is my show.